Saints Now by Chat Sports coming at you on a Wednesday. And what we're talking about is the Dane Brugler mock draft. He put out his first mock draft of the 2024 draft class. So I'm going to talk about who he had the Saints selecting, why, and I'm going to give my analysis. We're also going to dive into the latest roster news and the latest roster moves. And then the Pro Bowl voting started for the 2024 Pro Bowl games, events, and all that jazz. So we're going to talk about which Saints players are eligible to be voted for and who you should vote for and who I'm voting for to make the Pro Bowl this season. But guys, shout them out. What is your favorite restaurant in New Orleans? For me personally, call me a sucker. I love Pat O's. I also love the Po' Boy shop on Bourbon Street. I mean, goodness gracious, that is some good eating right there. But I want you to comment your favorite restaurant down below. I can't wait to see what you guys got to say. Don't shoot the messenger here. Dane Brugler had Jayden Daniels going number 7 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I'm just going to set that scene right now. Do not come after me saying, Trace, why aren't you talking Jayden Daniels? Why would we need this player that we're going to talk about shortly? I want Daniels. Well, I'm talking about what Dane Brugler had, and he had them going to the NFC South, but to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think we can all agree that that would be the worst possible scenario. But guys, before we dive into the mock draft and today's news and rumors, I want to give a special shout out to Game Time. You guys see this shirt that I'm rocking? I love this shirt, and I was actually able to get it basically for free because of the Game Time app. So download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code SaintsChat for $20 off your first purchase. Game Time is a ticketing app. It's so great, and you can get tickets to your favorite live events. Just this year alone, I've been able to see Dead & Co. I got to see Zach Bryan, got to see the Red Clay Strays, got to see the Arkansas Razorbacks take on the Texas A&M Aggies at Jerry World for club-level seats. I've gotten floor seats to concerts. I have been to so many live events, and I've been able to do it so easily, especially as a procrastinator with the Game Time app. I mean, it's so user-friendly too. You literally can see what your view is, what seat you will have. You can pick based on like what your view is going to be. And then you can organize it by the date. You can organize it by the games, the home versus away. You can pick whatever you want to go. So if you plug in code SAINTSCHAT, Saints Chat, you plug in that code, you get $20 off. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code Saints Chat for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right, Dane Brugler had the New Orleans Saints selecting Keon Coleman at number 12 overall. That is where New Orleans is picking if the draft were today. So here's what Brugler had to say on the Florida State wide receiver. The Saints love to draft flashy new toys. And Coleman comes batteries included and fully assembled. That's some pretty good news right there. At 6'4" and 215 pounds, he is a large target, but there is nothing lumbering about the way that he moves. Now, Keon Coleman has had some very, very big plays. I'm sure you LSU fans are, I don't want to say traumatized, but I'm sure you're familiar with Keon Coleman. I mean, this season alone, 46 receptions, 639 yards, 11 touchdowns, just under 14 yards per catch. Coleman transferred from Michigan State to Florida State. He is a big reason for their offensive success this year. And why I think Coleman actually might be a good fit, let's dive into the chat stats for today. So the New Orleans Saints have gone 17 of 40 in the red zone this season. That's good for 42.5%. That's unbelievable. You're telling me there's been 40 opportunities for the Saints to put up points, and they didn't, or at least touchdowns. That's insane to me. I feel like if you get like 5 more of those, you're winning a lot more games, and this is a very different season. But you've also only scored 2 touchdowns from 30-plus yards, and you're 19th in points per game at 20.8. And my biggest problem with that is the numbers are skewed because there's a Rashid Shaheed punt return for a touchdown. There is a Tyrann Mathieu pick 6. So the offense hasn't really scored 20.8 points per game. They have not scored 3 touchdowns a game. They have barely scored 2. So most games they don't even score 1. So that's my point. And this is the crazy thing. There have been 35 plays of 20-plus yards in 2023. Just 35 plays in 12, 13 weeks. We're headed to week 13. That's terrible. And shout out to these two speedsters, these two freaks, the two brothers, I guess you could call them. Olave and Shaheed have recorded 19 of those, of the 35. So Olave and Shaheed are adding up for a majority of your big chunk plays. Keon Coleman could be another guy that can get you those big chunk plays. And I think he's a great guy to potentially replace a guy like Michael Thomas, play alongside an A.T. Perry. Who knows what the future of these kind of players are? But I do think that Keon Coleman would be an excellent option. But there are other wide receiver draft targets depending on how Coleman measures out, how the draft go, or how the combine goes, how the rest of the season and everything pans out for Coleman. Malik Neighbors, he's incredible. Brian Thomas, 18 yards per catch. He leads college football in touchdowns. Brian Thomas or Malik Neighbors are both very good options. So I think if you get either of those, can't be mad. I also like Xavier Worthy out of Texas. I like Emike Egbuka. And I also like Rome Odunze. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm really not good at this whole draft thing. I'm trying to get better. Full transparency, I'm trying to get better as a host and everything. And there's clearly work to be done. But that's why I'm still doing the work. But I need you to be the GM for me. What position would you draft at number 12? Not player. Like, not what wide receiver. What position? Assuming that, you could get your pick of the litter of any position, any player, what one are you taking? Are you going quarterback? You're going offensive line, defensive line, edge rusher. You're going linebacker, wide receiver, running back. There's so many options that the New Orleans Saints need help with. So I want you to be the GM and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Roster news update, everyone. So let's welcome Austin Seibert, the kicker, to New Orleans as he's been signed to the Saints practice squad. And guys, this is why you subscribe really quick. I'm going to dive into the analysis and help you get to know Austin Seibert and as to why he was signed. But this is why you subscribe. We bring you guys updates on the roster. We bring you news, injury updates, all sorts of great coverage. We also go live for almost every single football game. This upcoming weekend is the only game we're not going live for this season because I'm out of town for a wedding in Mexico. But you should subscribe. We are trying to get 24 new subs on today's video. You will get Saints content almost every single day. Lock us in, turn on noties, sub. So let's talk more on Seibert. He's a 5th-round pick out of Oklahoma by the Browns. He did have some other stops. He's played in some other teams in his NFL career. It's been a short career, but it's an NFL career nonetheless. Cincinnati, Detroit, and the New York Jets. He actually did have a 34-yard field goal, I believe, against the Cowboys at Jerry World. So, he's not terrible. But in terms of the career stats and the career numbers, you can see him to my side. 45 of 56 at 80.4% in field goal percentage. And then in terms of extra points, 90.3% when he has nailed 56 out of 62. But you might be asking, what the hell? Why are we signing this kicker? Like, I thought we had Blake Grupe. Well, what's up with Grupe? So he is currently dealing with a minor groin injury, and he is considered day-to-day. Austin Seibert is an insurance policy for Week 13, so if Grupe can't go, you have a kicker. Like, it's purely an insurance policy thing. If Grupe is okay and he stays healthy and, we don't have any more injury issues, I wouldn't be surprised if Seibert is off of the roster or off of the practice squad very soon. And obviously, there's a practice squad opening because Jason Pierre-Paul was signed by the Dolphins off of the Saints practice squad after the Jalen Phillips Achilles tear. That stunk. That being said, look at Blake Grupe's numbers, 24 of 30 from field goal, 80%. That's good for 80%, but he is perfect, 19 and 19 in extra points. So let's dive into the 2023 numbers. I guess the career numbers, but 2023 numbers. So here's how his field goals have been shaking out in like the different ranges. 20 to 29, he's 7 to 8. From 30 to 40, he's perfect, 5 for 5. 40 to 49, struggles a little bit more, 7 to 9. But 50 plus, I'm going to keep it real. 5 for 8 at 50 plus as a rookie? I'm sorry, that's pretty damn impressive. And I understand that a lot of Saints fans are not happy with the special team situation. I understand. Blake Grupe did not help you, or Blake Grupe, he didn't lose you the game against the Packers, but had he made his field goal, you would have won. I also think that Blake Grupe has been fine. I think that both of those things can be true. He's struggled, but overall he's been okay. When you ask him to go make a clutch field goal at Lambeau Field after you have no momentum, he misses it. Last week, he's had misses here and there. But don't forget, he was also the special teams player of the week for the NFC after the Patriots game when he was perfect from 50+. I'm not a big fan of Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael leaving points and games up to a rookie kicker. I just think that that's a bad recipe for success. Like, if you're telling me you're going to plan on a rookie at any position, be like, yep, he's taking us to the Super Bowl. He's going to win everything for us. I want him. He is my guy. Worst case scenario, Blake Grupe, he's going to make us all of our points. That's no doubt. Like, that's a terrible idea. It's a terrible practice. But that being said, this is the NFL. Championship teams have great special teams units. Whenever you see any of the previous teams that have won the Super Bowl, they've always been very clean on special teams. Blake Grupe has to get better. He has to clean some things up. But I do think that he has been pretty solid. He's shown that he has a good boot. He has 91 total points this season. He's been able to kick the ball back for a touchbacks multiple times. I just think that Grupe has been getting a lot of shit that isn't necessarily deserved because of what happened in that Packers game. Let's keep it real. He should have been in that position in the first place. So I'm sorry. I'm not out on Blake Grupe. I understand some of y'all are, but at the end of the day, this is my show, so I can share my opinions. But sound off. What is your Madden rating for Blake Grupe? Obviously, to scale of 1 to 99, I think as a rookie, I'm going to give him a 74, 76. I'm going to give him a 77 because, sure, the accuracy lacks here and there, but he's proved to have a boot. He's proved to be able to kick the ball far and hard. Giggity. Anyway, I want you to let me know your Madden rating for Blake Grupe. Don't go cheat and look up his Madden rating. Just have fun and be creative. All right. To round things out for today's show, the 2024 Pro Bowl voting is open. So kind of rapid fire here. We're just going to go through all of the players that are eligible to be voted for. And I'm also going to give you the players that I'm voting for when I put in my votes just a few minutes ago. So here are the Pro Bowl candidates. Whether you agree, whether you disagree, that's not up for me to decide. That's for you to decide. I'm just reading out a list. Don't shoot the messenger. Quarterback Derek Carr, quarterback Taysom Hill, running back Alvin Kamara, wide receiver Chris Olave, wide receiver Rashid Shaheed, tight end Juwan Johnson. And then you also have Ryan Ramczyk, your right tackle, left tackle Andrus Peat, right guard Cesar Ruiz, left guard James Hurst, center Eric McCoy. Quick thoughts. Love the Saints. Maybe one offensive lineman makes it. Maybe one. Maybe one. Let's get back to it, though. Defensively, you have Cameron Jordan, Carl Granderson, Nathan Shepard, Colin Saunders. So all four of your starting defensive linemen are available. Zach Bond on this list is pretty interesting. I don't understand that one, to be honest. Again, I'm sorry, Zach, if you watch the show. You're a hell of a football player. I just don't think you're a good fit with the New Orleans Saints. Pete Werner has been great. Demario Davis, he was a Pro Bowler last year. Pulse, him, Adebo, he has been a stud this year. And then so has Alontae Taylor, Tyrann Mathieu. Marcus May has kind of struggled here and there. Blake Grupe and Lou Hedley also available as Pro Bowl candidates. So I'm going to give you my guys that I'm voting for, but you tell me first. Let me know which Saints players should go to the Pro Bowl. You can pick one, you can pick 20. I don't give a damn. I just want you to let me know which players you're voting for to go to the Pro Bowl. Here are mine. I'm going with 6 guys. I could have gone with more just to kind of juice it up and be like, yeah, let's get some more Saints players in there. But come on, let's be realistic here. Chris Olave has been stellar. If he can be healthy and this concussion issue isn't something major, I feel way better about him finishing out the season with some really good numbers. I think he should be a Pro Bowler either way. Rashid Shaheed, how could you not want to see that kind of lightning speed in the Pro Bowl? The Pro Bowl stinks nowadays, so might as well have some fun with it. Demario Davis, the dude is an absolutely just incredible football player. If he's not in the Pro Bowl, there's malpractice going on here. Tyrann Mathieu, he has been stellar. He had 2 picks against the Falcons. He had a pick 6 against the Patriots. He's been awesome. Taysom Hill, he's the best overall football player in the NFL. If you want to go just skill for skill across the board, running, passing, throwing, catching, tackling, blocking kicks, blocking punts, just everything. Taysom Hill is the guy. There's literally not another player who does what Taysom Hill does. then Carl Granderson has been stellar this year. He earned an extension. I really have been impressed with Carl Granderson. I just want to see him finish some more of those plays. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up icon. If you made it to the end of the video, why not subscribe? You're already here. We're doing something right. So I'm going to be in Mexico this weekend. Program reminder, no watch party on Sunday. I'm so sorry about that, Saints fans. I really am. I wish I could do one, but I'll be flying back during the game. So unfortunately, can't do a watch party on airplane mode. It's not how that works. So y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time. Who dat? And y'all have a wonderful day.